Rohan and Priya, a newlywed couple, wanted to start a family, but they were worried about passing on genetic diseases that ran in their families. There are many genetic diseases in many families like sickle cell anemia, thalassemia, muscular dystrophy, Down syndrome, hemophilia, etc. Rohan's family had a history of sickle cell anemia, a disease that affects the blood. Priya's family also had a history of thalassemia, a disease that affects the blood too. They met Dr. Jain, a doctor who specialized in genetics. After hearing Rohan's and Priya's story, the doctor told him that he could help them by doing gene editing. Please explain gene editing in detail, doctor, Rohan said. The doctor started explaining. Genes are like instructions that are inside every living thing. They are made up of DNA, which is like a long string of letters. Imagine you are reading a book. The book has sentences, paragraphs, and chapters, isn't it? Genes are like sentences in the book. They tell our bodies how to grow, what colors eyes to have, and even what diseases we might get. Gene editing is like editing a sentence in a book. Scientists can use special tools to find the sentence or gene that is causing a problem and fix it. Here is an example. Imagine you are reading a sentence that says the sky is green, but you know that it is not true. Gene editing is like changing that sentence to say the sky is blue. Gene editing uses special tools like CRISPR-Cas9, and it is like a pair of scissors that can cut the DNA string at a particular specific spot. So Rohan and Priya, after hearing Dr. Jain's words, were amazed. They finally decided to get tested to see if they carried the faulty genes. The test showed that Rohan carried the sickle cell anemia gene and Priya carried the thalassemia gene. Using the special tool called CRISPR, Dr. Jain and his team edited out the faulty genes. Rohan and Priya were overjoyed. As Priya's belly grew, so did their excitement. They had dreamed of starting a family for years, and now that the dream was finally coming true. Finally, the day arrived and Priya gave birth to a beautiful baby boy, Arav. As they held Arav in their arms, Rohan and Priya felt a sense of joy and gratitude. They knew that their child was healthy and free from genetic diseases that had plagued their families for generations. Rohan smiled, holding his son close. You are a shining example of the power of science and technology, he said. As they gazed into Arav's bright, curious eyes, Rohan and Priya knew that their child could grow up to be strong, healthy, and full of life. As they looked at each other, they knew that their love had created a miracle, a child who could live a life free from the burdens of genetic disease. And so their story came to a full circle, a story of love, hope, and the promise of a healthier tomorrow through gene editing.